Trophy winner named Tim Brown awaits back inside his own 40. Brown should have a chance at this one. From the 33. Got about 10 yards on the return, and the Raiders will be in excellent shape field position-wise after an 11-yard return of a 47-yard punt. 44-yard line. Schrader might want it all on the first play. And going deep. Almost intercepted, and a flag goes down. Jerry Holmes on Willie Gault.
And with a call, maybe as Willie reaching back up inside, it looked like Jerry Holmes had pretty good position on the play. One of the things that's helped Jay Schrader so far this season, Brad, is the protection that he's got from his offensive line. I asked him the other day, I said, do you have time to take a manicure back? He says, yeah, and probably get a permanent set as well. Now, downfield, the question here is, did Willie Gault try to reach back in and get in the way of Jerry Holmes?
Interference, number 44 on the defense, first down.
What happened was Jerry was pushing Willie down with that outside arm.
And a dual set behind Schrader. This is Smith, the fullback, to the 5. The Green Bay 5. Marcus Allen this time. Inside, touchdown. The long pass interference call sets up the Raiders close, and Marcus Allen does the rest. Shares time in that backfield with Bo Jackson, but when he's in there, he can still get the job done. Extra point up and good. And just 2 minutes into the ball game, the Raiders on top 7-0.
One of the things that's really helped the Raiders this year is the blocking of the fullback, Steve Smith. Watch him just pound the ball up, just pound an area up in there for Marcus Allen. Right there, you see number 35 over on the right side of your screen now. Watch Marcus Allen find a little crease on the backside. He's getting excellent blocking from his offensive line, and I think that's one of the things we talked about earlier, how the Raiders have gone back to just lining up, doing things very simple, lining up and blowing you off the football.
First down at their own 46. Harris in motion. Flags go down as Woodside, the tailback, got back near the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Jerry Robinson in on the tackle. Let's see what the penalty's about. 3 wide out set here for Majkowski, but he'll keep it on the ground. And out near the 45 is Michael Haddix to Seattle. Wow, what a finish. First down to the 40-yard line. And it's Michael Haddix in his 8th year out of Mississippi State. Get to a first down at the Raider 40. Quick snap, Majkowski with flags down, in trouble. And he goes down. It'll be the first sack of the day. Scott Davis was the first one there. Then Townsend cleaned up. And it has been Majkowski the victim. Second down 12. Draw play inside. Haddix, a nice run, and he's going to be, I believe, in first down territory. He will. Draw play again. Haddix. Nice gain off the right side near the 12-yard line. To the bottom of your screen. This time it'll be a loss on the play. Jerry Robinson in his 12th year out of UCLA, and he can still get it done. And 3 wideouts to the near side. Raiders think about a blitz. Majkowski in trouble. Got away from one, but not the second man. Davis with a sack.
The Raiders will try to force the play in. They're going to try to bottle it up outside and force the action back up inside, and that flushes Don Majkowski out of the position that he wants to be in his pocket. And then you get the sack.
28-yard attempt. Jackie's kick is good. So the Packers have an impressive drive, but the sack forces them to go for the 3-pointer, and Jackie connects. 7-3, the Raiders out in front. His NFL career. It'll be Holland again at the 11. Room on the sideline for Holland. He might go. This will be 89 yards if he beats the last man. Not quite. for Jamie Holland. Leroy Butler, the rookie defensive back, saved the touchdown.
Returns many times are just timing. Watch, there's a nice little block up here on the right side of your screen. It's going to take place, and that really springs Holland. And now, with speed, you find a little crease in there, and you saw Butler right there, 36, knew he was beat. He made the turn, and he's the guy that finally ends up catching Jamie Holland downfield. Jamie knows he's going to get slow walked on this play, but he just tries to get as much out of it as he can and try to kick those feet up and get down to the end zone.
Just outside the Green Bay 2. Marcus Allen, he's got another one. Touchdown, Los Angeles. His 6th touchdown of the year, his 2nd of the day. Your basic 2-yard scoring drive.
Yeah, Marcus likes those. Those are the easy ones, you know, little plunges.
The Raiders haven't needed many offensive snaps today for what is a 13-3 lead as the extra point is blocked. So Jaeger has one stuffed, and the Packers salvage something out of what just happened to them. A lot of world-class sprinters on this play. Mikowski has barely got the handoff to Smith, and Smith makes a nice run out of it. Got about 6, maybe 7 yards. Here in the newspapers. Haddix with a big hole up the middle, and he has run well here early. He's out to the 38 and a first down, a pickup of 13. Raiders, everybody up close, ready to bump and run on the top of your screens. Mikowski's in trouble, and down he goes again. 3rd sack already of Don Mikowski. 2nd down, 14. There's the quick rhythm pass and the completion, and it's going to be a first down. Perry Kemp as he got it out near midfield.
Oh, they had a nice little rub situation going on there, a little bit of a pick.
I thought that was illegal.
Well, they just
down along 6 for Mikowski. Again, the quick rhythm pass. Jeff Query made a nice catch. I think he's going to be a little bit short of the first down, and didn't start the opener. Anthony Dilweg did. Comes the pressure on a blitz. Mikowski got away from that and might keep it now with a little bit of room on the sideline. He goes inside the 35 near the 33-yard line. Jerry Robinson ran him out. Nice pickup by Mikowski on the scramble. This will be a 51-yard field goal attempt by Chris Jackie. Does he have enough on it? He got it. Jackie from long range. His 2nd longest field goal of the season, and that puts the Packers back on the scoreboard.
You talk to all the players here and the Raiders, and they tell you that Arnold requires a couple of things. It says be on time and expect to win. And that's, I think, the difference now in the philosophy of the Raiders is they come in expecting to win a football game. And that's very much like it was when Art was a player here.
Or as Bob Golick put it, he's got 2 rules, be on time, and I can't remember the other one. Packers declined the penalty, so it's 2nd and 10. Bo Jackson. Oh, got about 4. Johnny Holland got over there defensively. Bob Nelson rolls over from his nose tackle spot to help out on the tackle, I guess. 3rd and long for Jay Schrader. From the backside, down he goes. And the ball loose, and the Packers have it. Tim Harris comes up with a fumble. Sean Patterson leveled Schrader. He just didn't feel him coming from the backside.
Tim Harris displays some of his other abilities by flipping the ball up on his fingers there.
Haddix, the single setback, gets it on a quick draw. He got back to the line of scrimmage. 2 tight ends set here. Mikowski in trouble again. Got it away and completed it to Kemp. And Kemp gets it to the 14-yard line.
Pass is complete to Perry Kemp.
Forces that incompletion. Chris Jackie in to try another field goal. This one from 32 yards away, and he got this one. So Jackie's right foot keeping the Packers very much in the game. They add 3 more onto the total and trail 13-9. Galt in there, and Tim Brown, and obviously Ron Brown. And Bo Jackson wouldn't be a bad choice. Let's see if he can run it to the corner after saying he's got speed. He did get there and got about 4 yards and then got into a head-on collision with Tim Harris. There's the shades Bo has on, and there's Tim Harris, who would like to get a little more pressure on the opposing quarterbacks. Down for the Raiders at their own 24. Bo comes the other way. First down.
Bo Jackson, the ball carrier.
Okay, the Raiders ran the same play about 3 times in a row. They just run it right, run it left. And Steve Wisniewski's getting into it with Tim Harris down there. Well, I tell you what, Tim, that's a tough group to get tangled up with.
Even had a finger pointed at one of the Raider coaches, and Archell kind of helps break that up. I think I spoke too soon. They say that Bo stepped out. He may be a little bit short of the first down. Schrader will throw on 3rd and short. And got it complete. No, Willie Gault stepped out. Got one foot in, but not the other. Jerry Holmes was covering for Green Bay. Mikowski appeared to have changed things up at the line. It won't matter. He's got Howie Long draped all over it.
Molested. Watch him here on the right side of your screen along that defensive line. Now they tried to cut block that time up front. That Howie just read it perfectly, came around the block and made the sack.
Keith Euchre, the right guard, the guy that tried to go low, but Howie Long has seen just about all of it.
This team since they've moved to Los Angeles.
Time of possession so misleading when you look at the scoreboard. Mikowski to Sharp. And Sharp still going on the sideline. Got it to midfield.
Sterling Sharp he's got such good strength. At about 200 pounds, it's unusual to find a receiver with that kind of strength. Nice little explosion there off the line of scrimmage. He gets out of the hole great, and he runs after he makes the reception very nicely here. And Anderson, number 33, bench presses 520-some pounds, and he spun away from him.
At the Los Angeles 49. They go back to Haddix inside. He's been a workhorse. And he's well over 50 yards rushing so far on the day. This will be Green Bay's 36th offensive play. The Raiders have only 11. The quick slant again, and he got it to Query. First down, Packers. Should be a flag there, and there is. Lionel Washington, great all over. Sterling Sharp.
If I were Lionel Washington, I'd be embarrassed to run up there and argue that call. He was on him like a cheap suit.
Pass interference, number 48 on the defense. First down.
And they show a 3 wide receiver type set, and penalty markers all over the place as Bob Golick came flying across the line.
We knew he always danced to his own drummer, but that's a little outrageous.
It looks again as though he changes it up at the line of scrimmage. Haddix got blasted behind the line. Long is there, so's Jerry Robinson. And Golick, the man we just talked about.
Brad earlier talked about how the Raider defensive line likes to penetrate. Watch Bob Golick, number 79. See, you knock off a couple of those offensive linemen up their blocks. Howie Long slams Euchre back up into the backfield. That disrupts the whole play right there.
Blitz count. And again, Howie Long and Golick in company. Drop Haddix for a loss. Scott Davis is there too. He's got a 4 wide out group on 3rd and long. Got a safety valve in front. No, if he can get to the stick, and I think he did. First down, Green Bay at the 16-yard line. Mikowski got it delivered. It's going to be close to another first down to Sterling Sharp. First and goal at the 5. Play fake. Mikowski goes back, and this is Workman, touchdown. Vince Workman, and a touchdown, Green Bay, and the Packers in front. And it's good. And suddenly Green Bay has come back to lead by 3 with 4:22 to play in the half. We said CBS. Here comes a blitz. Bo Jackson gets out near the 15-yard line. With Marcus Allen split out as a wideout. Schrader got it to Ethan Horton, his tight end, with a first down to the 22-yard line. Jerry Holmes stopped him there. 3 or 4 weeks, Jay Schrader says he's been an immense help. First down for the Raiders, and Schrader to throw again. Wide opens Jackson. And Both will be close to another first down. Scott Stephen, the linebacker, made the stop.
By a score of 16-13, but the Raiders are on the move, and this is the reason why. Watch Jay Schroeder as he's in the pocket. He's able to step up. He gets good protection. He can step up, step forward, and deliver the football to Bo Jackson. That's the difference between a quarterback throwing under duress and being able to look downfield and pick out his receiver.
It's to tie it before halftime. Schroeder again with time. And again finds his man, Mervin Fernandez. Got it near the 50, then got leveled by Chuck Cecil, who's back in there.
Oh, boy, but did he get a block from Ethan Horton, number 88?
Jager like another chance, too, because he missed an extra point after the second touchdown. Schroeder all day. Maybe too much time. Finally got it to his tight end, Horton. And this will be a Raider first down at the 41.
You'd hate to think that maybe the Packers defense is trying to run out the clock on the play.
1:03 to go in the half. Broadway inside to about the 30. Third down and long. Complete. Tim Brown inside the 25 to the 23. Jerry Holmes there to help on the stop. Pick up a 14 and a little fight going on. Mark Murphy, the strong safety, mixing it up with Tim Brown. And the Raiders take a timeout to stop the clock. 28 seconds to go. Schroeder to Tim Brown again. Brown, nice move inside the 10. He's to the 7. And the Raiders will use their final timeout with 9 seconds. Tim Brown in motion. Schroeder to the end zone. Willie Gault thought he was interfered with. No call. And we've got 4 seconds left. This would help to make up for the extra point he had blocked earlier. To try to tie it at halftime. And he does. We're in a dead heat at intermission. That's the end of the first half. The score, the Green Bay Packers 16. The Los Angeles Raiders.
These are complementary to the offense.
Play fake. Schroeder with all day to throw again. Deep middle, and it's intercepted. Johnny Holland, the linebacker. And he's still on his feet and works his way inside the 15, and Holland to the 10. What a run by the linebacker. So much for the mental maturity, because Schroeder knows he threw a bad ball there. Get down to the 9-yard line, first and goal. Second man through and back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it for Woodside as Townsend was there, number 93. This one from 22 yards out. And he's got it. So Green Bay capitalizes on Johnny Holland's interception return. They get only 3, and they lead by 3. Fernandez, the wideouts. Dual backs behind Schroeder on 2nd and 10 in his own end zone. Zips it out to Bo Jackson. And Bo got the first down. Jackson out to the 20-yard line. First down for the Raiders after Bo Jackson's catch. Bo lost the handle, got it back. And he's buried right at the line of scrimmage. Mark Murphy came up from the secondary.
Brad, the interesting thing here is in the second half we've seen no Marcus Allen after him scoring 2 touchdowns in the first half.
Murkowski to throw on first down. Deep sideline, it's intercepted. Lionel Washington picks it off. Skirmish after the play, but the play was made downfield by number 48. And Marcus Allen now is below in setback. Marcus Allen. Flags down, a nice run, a pickup of close to 8, but let's see if we have a holding penalty. Looking down for Schroeder. Deep drop. Here comes the pressure again. Sean Patterson, his second of the day. Again. First down, Green Bay. Murkowski has it tipped. Townsend got a big hand in the way. The Green Bay sweep with Darrell Thompson. He took a big shot at the 30-yard line, and it will bring up 3rd down and 5. Eddie Anderson. He is the guy in the secondary that will take your head off if you give him a chance. And Query in there, along with Sterling Sharp and Weathers, and Mikowski with a bad snap. Flags all over, and Mikowski goes down again. Tom Benson and Jerry Robinson, the 2 outside linebackers, both came storming in there from the outside. Back on the right track now under Art Shell. Trailing by 3, handoff to Mr. Raider, Marcus Allen, who played with Art Shell in his rookie season. 2nd down, a long 8 for the Raiders. Here's the pitch to Marcus Allen. Flag down. I think we're going to have a holding call, maybe, on Steve Smith, the fullback, who was trying to lead the way. And the pass today. They appear to be in a passing situation here, but that's not the case. It's Haddix on the sweep, and he's got the 1st down. Top run by Michael Haddix, who's having a big day. At the Raider 47. Draw play this time, and that one stopped. Loss on the play. Greg Townsend has had a remarkable afternoon from his defensive end spot. 2nd down and 12. Mikowski running out of time, and down he goes again. Townsend is there again along with Golick. Townsend held out for a new contract, got that $1 million. He says, now I'm in the same neighborhood. I can go over to Howie Long's and borrow a cup of sugar.
Yeah, it's a nice neighborhood to be in. Now watch him working against Tony Mandrich outside. Tony looks like he's in pretty good shape here, but he gets that shoulder turn, and Greg Townsend gets underneath your shoulder, and he'll work himself right to the quarterback, lifting you up as he goes to the quarterback.
Conversions for Green Bay. 3rd down and a big 19 conversion-wise here. Mikowski for Kemp, and he's got it. 1st down, Green Bay, down to the 28-yard line of the Raiders. That's what Mikowski can do so well. A pickup of 28 in front. Darrell Thompson, single setback, play fake to Thompson. Mikowski throws for Kemp. Touchdown. And he does just enough to get them further in front. 28-yard scoring toss. Mikowski to Kemp.
You know, there's always a question when you start believing, when you start buying back into the play for the touch.
That's a perfect throw. Kemp's 1st touchdown. Fernandez, and let's see what the Raiders can do. Bo Jackson. Tim Harris runs him down from behind. Pickup of maybe 3 for Bo. Down at 8. Fernandez in motion. Raider over the middle. And Irvin's going to get a 1st down out of it. Jackson got it to the 39-yard line. Pickup of a couple, maybe 3. Blitz coming on Schrader. Flags down. Wide open in the middle is Galt. Inside the Packer 40 to the 39, but again a flag down. Schrader got it out quickly to Jackson. Flags are down again as Bo gets almost 10. I think somebody in the backfield came out of their stance. Steve Smith may have fallen forward out of his 3-point stance.
Yeah, he's got that definite dejected look.
Raiders could use a turnover, that's for sure. You see him down 10 points, and Green Bay a 1st down. Darrell Thompson, the sweep to the left side. Not much there. Minnesota a couple of weeks ago. Here he comes again. Flags down. This time Thompson gets some decent yardage to the 40, but a flag at the line. Mike Harden in on the stop. Green Bay 2nd down at 4. Darrell Thompson again. Broke 1 tackle, but not the 2nd one. Nice open field stop by Lionel Washington. And somebody's down. 26-16 here in the 4th quarter. Mikowski wide open to the 45-yard line is Clarence Weathers.
Could get into the playoffs.
This is a gigantic 3rd down, and Mikowski broke free, and he's got the 1st down. Quarterback draw, whether by design or not, a blitz was coming, and Mikowski somehow got 8.
Well, he got some decent protection, but he just couldn't find anything downfield, and he decided to take it into his own hands.
There's his numbers coming in. Big quarterback draw to 1st down, and the Packers can go back and just try to grind it out. Loss on the play as Ricky Ellison levels Michael Haddix. The CBS Sunday Night Movie, Fatal Attraction, tonight on CBS. Makowski with a hook slide at the 45.
Well, that time the Raider defense had a fatal attraction for Don Makowski. Supposed to upset the Raiders in their home office. They're doing it.
Third down at 12. Should this be an incomplete pass, that would stop the clock and help the Raiders' cause. Makowski. Down he goes. Davis on the bottom of the pile, and Eddie Anderson came storming in on a safety blitz. And so now the Packers have to kick. Clock stopped with 3:49 to go. The Raiders will be out of timeouts, but they will get the ball back. Inside his own 15-yard line. And here's a delay of game as the Packers took all the time they could. Worked it down to 3:27 to go in the game. Offense. Marcus Allen is single setback. Raider in trouble. Got away from one. Doesn't get away from the second at the 5-yard line, and it's Tim Harris, his first sack of the day. Done that in the grass thing, but in his own end zone is Schrader. And down he goes again. Sack number 5. Tim Harris, number 2, and he's got the guns blazing now.
He said he wanted to come out here and shoot his guns, you know, get a couple of sacks, shoot the guns, have a little fun.
Third down at 17. Raiders running out of chances. Jay Schrader, it is intercepted. Jerry Holmes, a one-hand catch. And he brings it back the other way. Holmes, he's inside the 10. 26-yard return for Jerry Holmes, and that's about going to do it for the Raiders.
Jerry Holmes makes a nice pickup. Look at the elevation, sticks it with one hand and gets up and realizes that he hadn't been touched and got up and made a nice run after the interception. Now, the funniest thing is to watch defensive guys try to throw blocks. They have no clue how to throw blocks. Tim Harris came close to getting a clipping penalty there.
Wilkerson, the man that finally knocked him out, but Holmes has his 3rd interception of the season. Jay Schrader's had kind of a tough day, and now Green Bay with a 1st and goal, a 10-point lead. The Raiders out of timeouts and only 2:22 to go. It will be a happy plane ride back to Wisconsin for the Green Bay Packers, who have Phoenix next week.
They're disappointed, though, Brad. They wanted to stay out here, stay out west, stay in the sunshine, and Lindy Infante said, no way, I'm taking you back.
And the head-to-head competition, the Raiders have controlled that in regular season play.
Of course, that's going to change after today's game.
Point lead to the Packers. Harold Thompson might have gotten a yard. Packers really don't care. They just don't want to cough up the football now. They want that clock to go.
Better work. Got 2 in the last second. That was cheap. Better work. That was cheap.
Let's talk on that sideline about cheap shots.
I ain't happy about it because you said it wasn't
cheap
right
sacks. That's what they're giving Tim Harris grief about.
I ain't happy about it.
High backfield. It's an option with Harris the tail, and Makowski keeps it. Eddie Anderson's all over Makowski. That was a good-looking play. Didn't get him much.
They took away a few of the options.
So Art Shell will go to 10-1 at the Coliseum as head coach of the Raiders. But this is a pretty good team, and this was not their day, that's for sure. It was Green Bay's, but I think they'll be right in the thick of things, don't you?
And the thing that we mentioned at the top of the game was the fact that the Raiders felt uncomfortable playing the Packers because they're not familiar with them. They don't know what they do well, and the Packers came in and showed them what they did well, and that is control the clock.
Chris Jackie's had a perfect day on 4 kicks. 21-yard field goal is good. He's perfect on 5 kicks. He's the guy that kept them right there, and that's a new team record for the Packers. Rock band Poison, when they were in Wisconsin earlier this year. I don't know if he'll play his guitar about this win or not, make up a song about it, but it's a big one for Green Bay. Jay Schrader, now we're going to see some of that arm. He just lays it out. It'll be a jump ball, and it will be intercepted by Green Bay as time runs out. 29-16, the Green Bay Packers pull the upset at the Coliseum.
4.